Ever heard of him?
Now this is your third son. What's his name again? James?
James Green. They call him Jim. And yeah, we named him after Jim Green, a great preacher at Center Church we had at that time. And no, not at that time. He was right before that time, because his brother John Green was the pastor next, and that's when I got saved under his ministry.
About what year was that?
Well, I never wrote it down, but
So I guess it would have been just before.
I think I was 12 years old.
Okay.
12 or 13. And yes, and we named Jim after Jim Green, that preacher, you know. And he's the only one in my family that won't go to church.
Really?
He used to go when he's a little boy, because I took him.
And what's your last child's name? You've got Gray, and you've got Josephine, and you've got Jim, and
Carol. Carol, he's named after my daddy, Lee Lofton. His name is Carol Lee Mundy, and he is if I don't know where I'd be, maybe not living, if it hadn't been for him. He just takes care of everything here.
he looks after you good.
Yes. I can't go to the grocery store. He and his wife go to the grocery store for me, take me to the doctor, wherever I have to go. But they're Baptist, and I don't deprive them of their going to their church. And so somebody from the church picks me up.
So where are you going to church at now?
Shiloh.
You're going to Shiloh.
I've been going there since it's been about, I think I went to that church in 55.
Now where is Preston buried?
He's buried at Center, and that's where I'll be buried.
You'll be buried at Center.
The rocks are up there.
Right.
Both our names on them. Yeah, I'll be buried up there. If they'll let me.
I'm sure that they'll let you be buried there.
It's room there anyway.
Tell me what you remember about your brothers and sisters when they were growing up.
Well, it was, you know them, don't you?
Yes.
Lynn and Marie and Court and Foy.
Yes, and Marie.
Yeah, and Marie's going to be 100 in December the 16th this year. Going to be 100.
She's not quite caught up with you yet, has she?
No, I'm afraid I'm running too fast. And you know, it's 4 boys and 4 girls in our family. My daddy, Mom had 4 girls and 4 boys. All the boys are dead. All the girls are living.
What's your favorite memory of your daddy? If you think about your daddy, what's one thing that always comes to your mind when you think about your daddy?
My favorite what?
Memory.
Memory.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's back when I was about 12 years old, when I was saved and joined the church. And Peggy used to know Miss Lindy Shook. I don't know whether you did or not, but I joined the church, and I stood up there. I was going to be the only one joining that day, and I was not very tall, like I'm not now either. And Miss Lindy Shook, Mrs. Lindy Shook, was moving her membership to Center, and she stood right here on this side of me. I had to look up like that to see her. She's so tall. Well, I remember. Oh, let me tell you something about my religion. Maybe you don't care for that.
Oh, I want to hear that too. Yes.
Well, you know, Jim Green preached. He's a great evangelist, and his brother John Green then was a pastor when I joined the church. But Jim Green preached so strong, he could make you see hell.
He was a good preacher.
He was good. And his brother John, he was good too. Reverend John Green preached on the second coming of Christ. It seemed to me like every time he preached on that. I got under such great conviction, I couldn't hardly sleep at night. I wanted to be saved, but didn't know how. You know, and I wouldn't ask anybody by faith. But I hadn't got that far along yet.
But you eventually did.
And so he preached on the second coming of Christ so much. So I got saved under his ministry. Then, like I said, joined the church and stayed there. Let me see that. 50, a little over 50 years, I think. And there's 4 churches on that charge. And we sometimes, way back, I can remember when I was just a kid, how that we went to church sometimes on Sunday afternoon. He had to preach sometimes like that, so to get around to all the
Right,
churches.
right.
Yeah. And I always did like to go to church. And one night, well, the revival was going on at the center one night, another time, and I wanted to go, and nobody else wanted to go, and I couldn't drive at that time. I wasn't quite old enough. And by the way, you didn't have to have driver's license back then either. I drove some without license.
Did you? So how long did you drive?
I just drive. Oh, I drove.
Are you still driving?
I quit driving 3 years ago.
So you drove till you was 99, 98. How old were you when you quit driving?
Oh, I started to say 95, but it was. I was 90 something though.
Well, if you're 101 now and 3 years ago, that would have made it about 99. You'd been 98 or 99.
No, I believe maybe it's been 4 or 5 years.
All right, so you're about 96 or 97.
So,
That's still pretty good age to still be driving.
but I was in 90 when I quit driving.